Hello everybody, happy Friday. I'm taping this video earlier than I normally do, so I've got some sun streaming in over here, so hopefully the lighting is not, it's a little crazy, but that's okay, we're gonna make do with it. Okay, day 5, last day of our 5-day craft along, and I've got the last 2 cards. And as a bonus, I've got some tags for you, some gift tags for you. So we'll go through all of that together. Here are the last 2 cards for the week that we're going to make. So as always, why don't we go ahead and start with cutting our white layers. And I'm going to try to say it correctly this time because all week I've been saying a quarter. And it's 3/4. So let's get that straight line. How hard can that be? Okay. I'm just going to triple, well, at this point, check myself 5 times because it's week 5. So again, the measurements are 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So let's go 3 3/4. And again, we need 2 of these. 5 3/4. Can I get 2 out of that? No, of course not. See, I think you can only get 2 out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but that's okay. I think next time I'll be smarter about my measurements so I don't have to cut down so much paper. However, I always need white scraps, so I mean, this probably is my normal. If I cut that down, oh yeah, see, that'll be cut down for a regular card insert. Okay, let me set that aside for a minute. Oh, that's a little bit of a glare from the sun there. Oh, I apologize, I gotta sneeze. Whew, bless me. Okay, I'm a little sniffly these days. I hope I'm not getting sick. Okay, so here's our white layers. Let's bring in the elements that we need from this paper pack that I have very little left on here. Okay, let's start with this one. We need the stockings, and I went ahead and cut the rest, I punched the rest of my elements out because they were all falling out of the sheet anyway, so I went ahead and took the rest of them out. So if you still have all of yours intact, you'll just want to look for the pieces. But mine are all loose right now. So we want this element and this element. Okay. Over here, looks like we've got that poinsettia, this piece, and another poinsettia. There we go. Okay, I think that's all we have there. I'm gonna need that strip. So let's see. You know what? Let me see something. I do like that crumb cake though. I'm trying to see what else we have left over from the week, so I don't have to cut another one because it is the. That's okay. We'll cut it. It's again the side of the ornaments. All the crumb cake layers are so easy to cut. So why don't we just cut that? And we will have to mat these again. And let's hope it's a little easier for me this time. All right. So you want to get the piece with the ornaments. And again, you have plenty of sheets in your paper pack. And let's just cut that apart. Take this piece and go 3/4 of an inch. It might have been. I don't see what I did. Is that 3/4 of an inch? Yes, it is. I eyeballed that, thinking it was 3/4. It's a little bigger, actually. So off of that 3/4 that we just cut, go ahead. You can use whatever piece you want. I think I am going to use the larger one. It might have been, or I just cut that completely wrong. Oh, it was an 1/8. It was 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to use this larger one. Again, it's just a strip, so it's not going to matter really the size. What do I always say? Measure twice, cut once. Okay, let's do my favorite part. And let's cut these mats. So this time I'm going to use my ruler. And I'm going to see, well, let's start with this and see if they're the exact same size. Oh, look at that. These are, so this shouldn't be as hard as the other night. The other ones were off by like 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so this is 2 inches. We want to cut a strip. What about this one? That's 2 1/8. What do I have left here? Oh, look at that. We can get one out of that. Okay, and then this way, it's 3 1/8 basically. So I'm going to go to 3 1/8, and I'm going to go up 2 tick marks, which I think is a 1/16 of an inch. I think it's 3/16. Okay, paper trimmer put aside. And let's just take a look and see how we did on that this time. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, there we go. So let's start with this card right here. And I'm going to start by gluing this layer down. Oh, we have to get our sentiments out. I'll get those out as soon as we put the card together. And are we out of glue here? We might be out. Let me try another one. Oh, Teddy, great timing again. I'm telling you, that cat hears me start talking in here and he's like, okay, litter box, here I come. It's so funny. Okay. There we go. And let's glue this strip across. And it is slightly longer, so again, like before, don't put glue on the very end. We're going to trim that off. And then we can add a little bit of glue after we snip it off, if we need to. All right, let's snip that back part off. If you are making these cards with me, and I know there are a few of you because you purchased the kit, no excuses, right? We're going to get our Christmas cards mailed out. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. That was a lot of glue, so I'm going to be careful as I smush that down. Couldn't really see what I was doing in there. Okay, these elements I am going to glue flat because I did pop up this entire element. So let's glue these down flat. Unless you'd like to do something different on your card, which of course you can. Okay, and before I put that down with the dimensionals, I am going to grab my card base. And let's give that a good crease with a bone folder. And I'm going to glue this piece down. As straight as possible. And then I'm going to pop this piece up on dimensionals. If you see the light shifting in my video, my cat is moving the blinds on me over there. He's watching outside the window. I mean, something important is happening, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. And now this, I took at an angle. I just wanted a different look. And so what I'm looking for is this tip to the top, this tip to the bottom is kind of how I'm angling that, and smush it down. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and then we'll find our sentiments in a minute because I'm not quite sure what I even have left in there. Okay, this card, let's go ahead and mount this to our basic white layer. Thanks, Teddy, for shaking the table. He's done in here. Okay, these, I think I did this on a similar card. And I am going to change it like I did on the other card, I think. I'm going to glue these two here. I glued down flat, I am going to pop up the real red one. And while I have the dimensionals out, I'm going to pop this out too. So let's cap the glue. We're done for now. Bring those dimensionals in. The regular ones will fit just fine. But as always, if you have minis, you can use those as well. Just a few more backings to take off than what I'm doing. Okay. Whoops. Let's put this banner piece down next to get placement. Okay, and this one will go towards the bottom. Oops, did I already take that off? I did. Okay, put that right about there. Looks good. Okay, now we're looking for our sentiments. So, oh look, I already found this one. Season's Greetings. And 'Tis the Season I'm looking for. And I'm not seeing that over here because it's a pretty large one. So I'm going to go back to this one and see if I can find it. 'Tis the Season right here. And I'm going to keep these close by so I can put sentiments on the inside. And of course, look at this. I forgot to put this on the card base. So let's put that on our crumb cake card base. I was not done with that glue. Wishful thinking. All right, there we go. Now we can put the sentiments on. Again, super quick cards. If you mail a lot of them like I do, these will go quickly. Okay, 'Tis the Season. And we're going to finish it off with these very pretty sparkly sequins. I used gold and green on this one. Of course, gold and red would have looked pretty as well. I think I was concerned about the reds and using so many of them. Okay, there's that one. And over here, I kind of sprinkled them all down here. Okay, there we go. Outside's done. Let's find some sentiments for the inside. So let's see what we've got going on over here. I don't have very much left out of those first few sheets. Okay, so if we say Season's Greetings here, I think I'm going to put Merry Christmas. 'Tis the Season, Happy Christmas. Okay, super simple. That's what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. Oops. Okay, last one. Can't believe it. Last one. Wow. Okay. Oops. I missed that trash. There we go. Happy Christmas. Okay, so recap of the week. Let me move these out of the way. These are the cards we just, oh, there's the trash. Cards we just made here. I can't even tell you what night these were now. But here are all the cards that we made. All 10. Look at that. 10 cards. It's awesome. Now I have 20 because I made samples. Okay, let me pull in the tags. Okay, so, and don't mind that one because I kind of did that first and I realized I wasn't leaving myself space to cut the tags. So, after we used all of our elements from the pack, there were a few things left over that we didn't use, like this wreath right here. There was a tree and a couple presents. What else? That's all on these. And then over here, there was a couple ornaments, 2 candy canes, and this candy cane element. So all of that is in your DSP pack. And let me put these up here. And let me pull this in here. So for example, here's the wreath, the candy canes. Not that, I didn't use that present. Here's the tree. What ornaments did I use? I mean, there's a choice, right? Ornament, ornament, another little present for the tree, and 2 candy canes. So what really you're left with after that is, I think, this little ornament, and I saw a large, and this present. I mean, these are the only 2 little elements I didn't use after making all these tags. So you could get, you know, another tag or 2 out of those. So I'm going to keep these here. I'm not going to make all of these on camera with you, just a few. So let me put those out of the way. You're going to want another sheet of these, and we're going to cut this apart because that's what I used to make the first 6 tags, was this sheet of paper, which again makes the tags super simple. I think these were meant to be the tags, and I use them for card fronts. So this paper is good for many things. Oops, I almost cut that completely crooked. Okay. And I'm going to separate those because I've learned that the top layer is a different size from the bottom layer. And of course, I don't know which one just went from where. Okay. So let me get those and make sure. So those are all the same size, and these should all be the same size. And then you'll see, let's use this paper. See the difference? So the bottom is about 1/8 of an inch taller than the top. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with these so I don't have to worry about cutting those white pieces of paper. So let me pull those samples out. I'll make 3 of them with you. Let's pull the tree out, the candy canes, and the ornaments. Okay. And I'll keep those over here. And I'll probably make one of these white ones with you as well. Okay, so we need some white paper because I matted those on white. Again, I just like that white border. So let's measure that. I do believe it's 2 inches. It is 2. So let me get a piece of white paper. Actually, do I have one over here? I think I do. Let's see how. And we want to, since that's 2, I want to go to 1/8. So 2 1/8. Excuse me. And let's measure this again. This is, it's like 1/8 of an inch smaller than 3. I shouldn't even say 1/8. It's a 1/16. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 3-inch mark. No, that's not true. We're going to go to the, because it is a tick mark shy of the 3, go to the tick mark shy of a 3 and just go up 2 tick marks. So we're going to go 3 1/16 is basically what that's going to be. And I know those measurements are really kind of confusing when you're dealing with 16ths. So how I do it is I go to the measurement that I measured and I just go up 2 tick marks. Easiest thing to remember. And we're going to cut 3 of those because I'll make 3 of them with you. Okay, so we've got those. Now, oh, something doesn't look right. What did I do? Something looks a little longer. 1, 2. Sometimes if my trimmer is not exactly where it needs to be, it gets off a little bit. Okay, that should all be good. It is. Okay, so we've got those. Now we want to mat them on cardstock. So it looks like I have 2 greens and 1 red on this one. So let me pull a strip of garden green. Okay, and now I'm going to pull this white one in. Because I just did this at 2 1/8. So now I want to go another 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to go 2/8. So that's an 1/8, 2/8. Or really, wait, is that right? I guess that really makes it a 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/4 is what that ends up being. 2 1/4. Super simple. Okay, and if that is 3 1/8, if I go up 2 tick marks, that is 3/16. Again, you can make this simple and you can trim down your DSP to go, you know, 3 by 2 or something like that to make these measurements a little easier. I'm staring at that. I'm not even paying attention to what I did. So it's 3 1/8. 1, 2 tick marks. 1, 2 tick marks. Okay. Let's see how we did on that. What did I just do? I put the wrong pieces over there. Okay. So this should layer nicely here with a tree on it. Okay, that layers nicely. And then this one should layer, where's the ones I'm making here? The tree, the candy cane. Okay, so the candy cane should layer nicely on there. And it does. Okay, now we just need one. Let me put this garden green away. I keep my paper in these sleeves so all my scraps can hang out in here all together. Makes it easy. So that's the noise you're hearing. Let's get some real red out. Okay, same concept. Of course, I'm going to measure again so I don't mess that up. Okay, so that's 1, 2 1/8. So go up 2 tick marks from 2 1/8. So 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Okay, last cut. It's 3 1/8. 2 tick marks from 3 1/8 up. I slightly moved that. That should be good. Let's put this away. I'll probably finish out those other tags off camera. Okay, move that ruler. Now this should layer nicely on that. Okay, let's pull these back in. So now it's just a matter of gluing everything. Okay, so let's start gluing it. Now I'm going to say I'm going to glue everything, but I'm not going to glue it down to the garden green or the real red card bases yet, or the bases. Okay, I'm just going to glue this DSP to the white layer. So let's just do that right now. That's all we're going to glue. And it'll make sense why in a minute. Let's try to make that not so crooked. Okay. Oops. All right, and the last one. Okay, now the next step is you can see my tag is in the back and I've put this layer over it. That's how I made my tag. So whatever hole puncher you have, I have a small one. I couldn't even tell you the size of it. I don't even know the brand of this. It's probably from Michael's. Because if it's from Joann's, well then that's gone. Let me get some of those out. But you'll find these anywhere. Michael's is a good place to check that out. You can probably find them online. So I'm going to hole punch that card base. And I'm not going down too far on the card, and I'm on the tag, and I'm kind of eyeballing the center. Okay. Now we're going to take some linen thread, and I cut mine to 8 inches or a little over. You can cut longer if you need a longer piece to work with. And while we're here, I'm just going to cut 3 of them total. Actually, I'm going to cut 4 because I'm going to make one of those white ones with you. And I did them all the same way. You know, you can make tags with a tag puncher on the top. So if you have a tag puncher or a punch that does that, you can make the tops of these a little different. But I didn't have one. So, and what I mean by tag puncher is, you know, you would cut your cardstock differently, have like a couple extra inches up here, and this feeds into a punch, and you punch it, and it creates this tag topper. Again, I don't own one of those, so I just did what I thought looked nice. Okay, let's take one of these. I'm going to put them together like this, and I'm going to tie my knot at the bottom. And we might as well just tie them all while we're here. So let's tie these all. And I didn't leave too much of a knot or a tail on that. If you get too much, you can trim it off, but you know, it all depends on how long you want your tag to be. You can cut longer strands of linen thread if you like longer tags. It's all personal preference really at this point. And where you know, like your tag to hang on your gifts. Okay, there's two more to tie. Excuse me. Oh, see, now that one got a little long, so I'm just going to trim that. Last one. Oops, missed that one. Missed that one. Try again. Sometimes I wonder if it's easier if you have nails or harder if you have nails. And that one's a little longer than I like, so I'm going to trim that one too. Okay, there's our strings for our tags. Now I'm going to create the topper. So I'm going to go in from the front. I'm going to go in with the loop side, not the knot side. And then I'm going to come through, and I'm going to pick up the knot side and create my tag topper. If you go in through the front and pick it up over, it creates this nice little loop here. This is what it looks like on the back. If you have a preference, you know, you can choose which side you like to show. I like that side. So that's why I feed from the front. Again, this is all personal preference. Let me set that one over here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, little linen thread, work with me here. Okay. And let's pick up that knot. There we go. Our tags are ready. So now it's a matter of putting dimensionals on the back side of all of these. I liked it popped up. And if you put like to and from on these, like if you use them as, you know, gift tags, you can write on the very back of these. You can add a white layer back here to write on it. You can use black on the back. A couple options on how you want to do that. Sometimes these are just used as basically a decoration to the gift, and the tag is something that's on the bottom of the gift. Okay, those are all done. Let's put these on. And then we have a couple more things to do on those. And then this will fit kind of over that knot a little bit, or that top of the tag nicely. And so you're not seeing the hole this way. All you have is that string that pops up over the top, which I thought was is a nice look. And you can still maneuver it. Just not after it's you wouldn't be able to put that down after this was on, this layer was on, which was the mistake I made on that first one. This one right here, I put it down and I went, oh wait, how am I going to punch the hole? I don't want to punch it through that. So that one was my oopsies, which led to these other ones that turned out much better. Okay, there's those. So now let's go to our fun greeting stack, and I'm running out of a lot over here, so I'm just going to go straight for this one, and I'm going to look for the sentiments. So, and I don't know what I really have left in here, because, you know, I've used all of these for the sample cards, the sample tags, and the ones I'm doing with you now, so I won't have as many left as you probably have. Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas. This one, I don't have another Merry and Bright, so I'm going to have to substitute that with something else. Let's see, what is small enough? Maybe Happy Christmas will look fine down here. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I've used all my Merry and Bright. Okay, let's put these on. Okay, that I put right at the top. And again, use whatever sentiments you want on yours. This one went right over the tree. You could also pop these up with dimensionals as well. I'm gonna just cover the bottom of the ornament on that. Okay, bling time. I just used one on these. Well, see, pop away here. You know, again, I'm making a lot of sample cards, so if there's some left over, which there's going to be, we can add more to these cards as well. You know what, because I don't have as much room on that one because of the large sentiment, I'm going to use a smaller size. Okay, there's those tags. Super cute. I just love those. I don't usually make tags, but these are super adorable, and I'm going to use them this year. I just love them. I love them. Okay, now let me make one of these white ones with you. I made these cuts super simple. I believe the white layer is 2 by 3. I was tired of dealing with 1/8 and 1/16 of an inch. Yep, 2 by 3. So let's get that trimmer in. Get a white piece of paper. Here, let's just use this one. Oh, there's 2 there. Let's be careful. And go 2 by 3. Okay. Now, because I did 2 by 3, those are all red. I just need to do 1/8 inch cuts on these. So 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. All right, and that's what they'll all be. I think I'm going to make the wreath with you, and then I'll go back and make the rest. Oh, where is the wreath? I had another one. Am I missing it? Oh, I used the wreath on that one, so I'm not doing that. What am I saying? I mean, you can obviously change it up. Let's do the ornaments, because why not? I want to tie more bows. But let's make sure I have a Merry Christmas. I got a Merry Christmas right here. Okay. Yeah, I don't even have much of these sentiments left over here. Okay, we're going to use these ornaments. So let's put these aside. Okay, I'm going to put the sentiments on and the ornaments. Hopefully I'm in camera. I'm not even paying attention. I glued the ornaments down flat. You could pop them up if you'd like. I don't know why I chose this one. 2 little bows. Good golly, Lynn. Before we get there, let's go ahead and do the hole punching before I get super excited and I start adhering things down. Okay, feed that through. Pick up your knot if you go this direction. Put some dimensionals on the back. Can you tell I'm leaving the tiny bows for last? All right, tiny bow time. We need 2. This linen thread's getting a little crazy. I tie right on the spool, so sometimes I tie a bow this way, sometimes I do bunny ears. I don't know, depends what kind of mood I'm in or how well the linen thread's working with me. So these are super tiny loops because it's not a very big ornament. So I just kind of hold my finger over the knot and pull the tails and trim those off. There's one. There's a, and let's make this be a little more straight as I possibly can. That one's going to twist on me, I think. Let's see what happens. Ugh. Sometimes it's hard for me to pick that up. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Can I find the tail? That's funny. Okay. One side's already done pretty much. Look at that. Okay. Let's just make that side smaller. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I need 2 little glue dots and my take your pick tool. And I'm going to roll 2 of these into little balls. And if it doesn't come off the take your pick tool that way, I'm going to use my fingers. There's 1. I'm putting these bows down a little lower because when I did these, you couldn't really see the tops of the ornaments, and I want to see that this time. Okay, there we go. There's that gift. Oh, no, we're not done. I need a bling. Let's pull in a bling. Now we're done. Okay, let me semi-clean up my mess. There you have it. And these are the other 2 tags I made with these pieces, and if you want to take a look at these other ones, we made these today together, and here are the other ones I did. No, not candy cane. Oh, this one, but I didn't really finish it because of that tag mess up. So I hope you enjoyed the week, the craft along. I had fun making everything. Let me make sure I have all of them out so you can see them all. I feel like I'm missing one somewhere. There's a white base one somewhere. You know, white. Oh, right here. It just, I thought, no, that is a duplicate. Oh, here it is. I got confused by the 2 candy canes. There we go. Thanks again so much. If you're interested in any other upcoming events, I do have a beer and card kit night at Sunny Grove Brewery here in Santee. on Wednesday, I believe that's the 10th. It's from 6:30 to 8:30. I bring the card kits. The cost includes a beer and a kit. And we just have a ton of fun just hanging out, making cards. I also have a card class. I believe it's December 20th. That's a Saturday. I have a morning and an afternoon. We're getting started on birthday cards since it is December, and by that time it's kind of late to do Christmas cards. And I will have the virtual option posted for that same class on Sunday after the 21st. So thanks again. I appreciate the support. Happy holidays to everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.